विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रन्तन्न आसुव. Dear entrepreneur friends, Vyapar Jagat Convention and Awards 2020, especially for MSME recognition for making Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is a wonderful event organized by Dr. Praveen Bhai Parmar and his team. I first of all want to congratulate him for such a wonderful endeavor. Dear friends, coming from a spiritual field, sometimes I wonder, why do my dear friends like Praveen Bhai and many others invite me for such purely business conventions? But then when I think, there is a reason behind it. Spirituality is not a watertight compartment. Spirituality is one thing which enlightens, which elevates all the spheres of life. And obviously, entrepreneurship is one of them. Creating business is a wonderful thing. It is a necessity of the world. In fact, that is one of the biggest forces that has advanced the culture, the human culture. Whatever we are today is because of industrious people, entrepreneurs who were there in the past, in the respective time periods. On the other hand, spirituality is also an essential nature of human being. You cannot separate spirituality from life. You cannot plan spirituality for your retirement. It is a great misunderstanding of people that they say, if you become spiritual, we will miss out on life, especially the fun or the growth of life. They feel that once the life becomes stagnant or you don't have anything else to do, then you can consider being spiritual. No, that's wrong. In fact, spirituality is a force, it's an energy, it's a process that strengthens your life. It strengthens the purpose of your life and it makes you a wonderful person. It makes you draw more from the universe and it makes you grow more from within. It makes you a better human being. So, and if you are a better human being, obviously you are going to contribute to the society around. You are going to make a better human beings around. You are going to make your constructive contribution in the growth of humankind. So spirituality is also essential and big force because spirituality is basically the search of one's own self. Kastvam, koham, kuta ayasa, kame janani, kome tata. Who am I? Where have I come from? What is the purpose of me on being this planet Earth? What am I going to leave behind when I leave this planet Earth? And what am I going to take with me along? So these are the questions a spiritual mind asks and seeks the answer. It also tries to find the purpose of life, the direction of life, and the evolution and sublimation of life. To me, it has always occurred that life is a wonderful yajna, a sacrificial ceremony according to the Vedic tradition. Entrepreneurship is no different than that. In fact, a true karma yogi, a true entrepreneur will make his own life better. Obviously, he'll contribute to his own family and society around. At the same time, he is creating a wonderful future. That is why the spirituality is essential. In Bhagavad Gita, there are very famous verses. And when I take seminars on multinational companies world over, management seminar, stress management seminar, time management seminar, and such other things, I always focus on spiritual subjects like Bhagavad Gita, Hanuman Chalisa, Vedas, Upanishads, and their wonderful message to be a strong person, to increase your output, to increase the output of your entire team. There's a very famous verse of Bhagavad Gita 47th verse in the second chapter, which states, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahetur bhurmate sangosva karmani. It says, and it's a very famous verse. Most of the people who are even scantily interested in religion, philosophy and spirituality will know about this verse. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Your domain is in karma only, not in the result. Now, when I take management seminars world over, dear friends, this is obviously one of the most famous verses, but at the same time most misunderstood verse of Bhagavad Gita. People say that when we study management, we are taught to motivate people by giving them incentives. Do this and you will be given this by the company. If a person does not have the expectation of the result, how will he perform? How will he act? But that lies the beauty. In defining the yoga, in the same chapter, second chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says in the verse 48 that Samatvain yoga uchyate. What is yoga? Yoga is equanimity of mind. And in the 50th verse, Sri Krishna says, Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga is excellence in action. You have to be best at what you do. And while doing your best, while giving your best, your 100% time, your 100% expertise, your 100% efficiency, your 100% involvement, obviously your karma is going to be great. And when you perform karma, just stay away from it. What you achieve, the result, the gain, the profit, in your case, dear friends, and as businessmen, will definitely follow. If the karma is best, the result is going to be best. What happens is most people keep thinking about, keep drooling about result while performing the karma, thereby they spoil the quality of karma. And if the quality of karma is spoiled, obviously the result will be spoiled. History of humankind, history of businessmen has shown that those who have involved themselves totally into the business activity have excelled in their particular field. They have been the torch bearers of values. At the same time, they have become the source of inspiration for many other entrepreneurs. So basically, it is karma yoga. Doing your best and not expecting the results. And let me tell you, on the basis of Bhagavad Gita, that when I say, or when any other says, when Lord Krishna says that you don't have to expect results, it does not mean that you are not going to get the result. There are two different things. People sometimes mistake when they feel that if I don't expect results, the result will not come. No, it's not so. When you perform a karma, the result will come. By not expecting result, in fact, you are qualifying for a better result. And that is the mystery. For that, one has to study Bhagavad Gita, one has to study Krishna's preaching in detail. Dear friends, today, I want to tell you that you all are wonderful at your work. You have set your goals. You obviously try to give your best. And hence, many of you will be awarded today by Dr. Praveen Bhai Parmar and his team. My congratulations to those who receive awards. My blessings to those who have tried but maybe not qualified for the award. They will definitely do so. Maybe in the future, if they continue their efforts with the same zeal. When we do something, dear friends, what we have to keep in mind is that I wish to change the world. The best goal of any entrepreneur can be, I want to change the world. I want to make the world better than where I started. And what is the key of success in an entrepreneur's life? If you want to be successful, try to deliver the world what should have been there, but it's still not there. Dear friend, this is the formula for success. I'll repeat my thing. Find out what should have been there, a product, a service, a thought, an idea. What should have been there in the world, but it is still not there to make a human life better. Let me give you a very simple example, a car. 100 years back, there were no cars. Or maybe 150 years back, there were no cars. Human beings wanted to travel. They walked. They used some basic vehicles like horse riding or bullock cart or camel cart or something. They wanted to travel fast. Somebody might have thought that how can I make people and goods move faster so that there is better communication, there is better interaction with fellow human beings, which will improve the quality of human life. That is how the mechanization started. And slowly and steadily, the car came up. It should have been there, but it was not there till then. Somebody found it out, somebody invented it, and that person delivered the car to the world. Today, we know how our life is good with car. And so many car industries, so many entrepreneurs in the field of car, automobile industry have come up. And then there are various, several variations, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, multi-wheelers, trucks and all. Even when you look at your kitchen, even if you look at a small gadget, like a cell phone, Graham Bell thought that I want to communicate. I want to make communication channels open between human beings. So he found out a telephone, which is today what we call as a landline telephones. But that was the beginning. It should have been there, but not there before Graham Bell. He found it out, he invented it, and he delivered it to the society. Next generation was mobile phones, cell phones, to make life more convenient. My dear entrepreneur brothers and sisters, today I want to inspire you from the field of spirituality that this should be your driving force. I travel the world, I travel the globe a lot by the God's grace. And when I see the Western world, I study Western people, their thinking. They always try to do new things. They always try to make it better. And that is really commendable effort. We in India wish to do that. And our respectable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Bhai Modi's call to the nation for Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliable, self-reliant, self-dependent India, Bharat is a wonderful revolution, I would say. It will not only free us from the shackles of other big countries who act like sharks in the business field, but we will be able to supply to the world what the world needs today. Bharat was a Vishwa Guru, the guide to the world, not only in spiritual field, but in the business field also. If you study ancient India, and if you study the records of foreigners, like 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, I have studied some records of Greek economists, 2,500 years ago. They had written that stop importing from India, otherwise Greece will be sold to India. Can you imagine the quantity, the quantum of the goods that were exported from India to Europe through Greece. India was such a big exporter. And we have the potential. We have the intellect. We have the manpower. We have the resources. Infrastructure can be created. Government policies can be made in our favor, both by the authorities and by the business fraternity. Let us create a very cordial atmosphere. Make our Bharat Atmanirbhar, which will not only boost our own confidence and economy, but it will make us superpower in the world front. And that is what is needed today. Why should our people be glamorized by the Western countries, and why should they try to run away there? In fact, I wish to see a time where people all over the world are queuing up for visa in front of the Indian embassies in their respective countries. And this is possible. My dear friends, you are the seed for that. You can act as the foundation for that wonderful dream come true. My blessings to you for this. And finally, I would say that there are two groups in the entrepreneurship. There is one group which feels that, hey, cash is king. They just define success in relation to their financial goals. The loaded you are, the successful you are. But I think it is a limited perception. From the spiritual backdrop, I would say that the wholesome thing, make me whole, make other fellow human being whole. And that is success, which is in relation to the growth, the development, the elevation of one's own individuation process. In spirituality, it is important to tap into your authentic self. First of all, find out who you are. Be aware of your limitations, at the same time be aware of your strengths. Mind well, each one of us is bestowed with some unique ability which Bhagavad Gita defines as Swadharma. Work on it, because it is not possible to stay idle. It is not possible to stay stagnant. 5th verse of the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita says, Nahi kaschit kshanamati mapi jatu tishthatya karma krut. Nobody can stay without karma even for a moment. Karyate yavashah karma sarvah prakriti jair gunaihi. We all are driven by the qualities of the nature and we do something or the other. But if we do that in resonance with our strengths, by knowing our own self and with a single wonderful goal of making this world, the future better, then dear friends, what we do will obviously reward us financially, socially, but at the same time, it will give us deep bliss, a spiritual bliss, which is, to me, the biggest reward an individual can get. Once again, dear friends, congratulations to you all and my blessings for a wonderful future ahead. May you all be the pillars of a brilliant Bharat in the coming decades. God bless you all. Thank you so much.